We found another end city. This one's actually pretty large, fairly sophisticated. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Minecraft on the Fan Realm episode 36, where we got our first pair of wings from the ship here, and we've got a good amount of shulker cases. We've got all kinds of stuff stored in our ender chest. Went ahead and put the unbreaking and mending on our wings, and now at this point, exploring the end is going to be a lot faster and a lot different than it had been in the past. We're not going to take our armor off or our weapons off. There's really no need, because instead what we're going to do is we're going to fly. We're going to go ahead and drink a potion of slow falling so that we can get the most out of these rockets as we travel. And we're really just going to go ahead and explore these islands in earnest as we try to find another city with yet another end ship. The slow fall potion really gives you a lot of glide time once you have these wings open. We are still using the durability though, but as you can see, it's a lot faster to travel this way. And the end cities will stand out, although on the map here you can see there will be some purple spots on the map that look like they could be end cities when in fact they're just dense clusters of chorus fruit. Sort of an interesting trade-off here with the slow fall potion is that we're using the fireworks for speed more than altitude. Still feels like we're using them significantly less than we normally would have. Let's see if we can get a steep dive maybe and then pick up some speed this way, or we'll just use a rocket and we'll grab our altitude that way. And again, we're just moving away from the circle and we're following the main land masses here. Just looking for another end city to kind of poke its way up out of the silhouette of all these land masses. Look at that. There's a portal we can get back here. That's pretty handy. Now that's in case you just want to travel in a straight line away from the center. You might not have to go all the way back to where you came from because you might be able to just find a portal that randomly shows up, and then you can use that to get back to the main island. We still have quite a few fireworks as well, but we're going to travel through some of these biomes that are more difficult to travel through, and we're going to head far away from the center island of the end. And at this point, we're starting to travel off of our map. Now, we could make a new map, but I don't believe that's going to be necessary. Instead, we're just going to tour these islands. And we'll use this map as a reference for when it's time to head back, in case we can't find a portal. Normally these large islands have a city. I'm kind of shocked we haven't found one by now. It's possible we went right by one without realizing it, just based on the shape of the island, but there could still be one moving forward here. This is actually quite an island. Alright, we've got another little island biome. We're just going to zip right past this and keep going. So as you can see, there's still time involved, but you cover a lot more ground. Can you imagine how long it would take to walk through all of this, especially if you're having to build a bridge constantly? Alright, our slow fall potion has worn off, so now we're not going to lose speed as we travel, but we are going to lose altitude more quickly. At this point, I think we'll just take this map off here, and we'll just travel off site. Here we are. Here's an end city, and it's got a ship. So from here, we're going to go ahead and clean up this rabble here. Nope, don't do that. Alright, let's not go down there yet. We'll go down here. What do we got? More potions. I think we're going to leave that for now, just for the time being. Let's go ahead and clean this. And then what? We should have... Nope, it's up one. So that's just going to be... Yep, there it is. Excellent. And just like that, we have ourselves another pair of Elytra. Just like that. Oh, and look at that. We've got treasure and more treasure. Excellent. So at this point, we'll put down an ender chest, and we'll stash all of these goodies. And then, of course, we'll check the rest of the end city for shulker boxes and such. But at this point, we, at the very least, have an extra pair of Elytra stashed. So that now we have even less to worry about, because now, should we perish with our Elytra on, there's still a backup. And we'll put that in there. That looks like everything. We probably don't need the maps, but we're going to hold on to them anyways. And that's how we're going to secure many, many pairs of Elytra. So, let's go ahead and we're just going to zip right over here. Ooh. Just like that. As you can see, the end is much easier to explore once you get your first Elytra, and after that, we're just going to continue to get more and more as we zip out away from the center, and then we will work our way back once we have about half of the fireworks that we had. And we're going to save one last slow fall potion so that if we need it, in order to get the most out of our fireworks, then we'll be able to get back without issue. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to harvest up this end city here. We'll get our shulkers, we'll find some treasure, and then we will go back to flying. Alright, so you can see here we found another end city. This one's actually pretty large, fairly sophisticated, but it also has another end ship, and we've gone back to our southeast corner map from the center. So this is going to end up being our set of wings number 3. And because the end goes on forever, you can effectively, as long as you have enough gunpowder to get around, that you trust you're not going to run out, you can just keep on traveling. And then hopefully what we'll be able to do is we'll have enough wings so that we'll be able to actually put some in the marketplace where we'll be able to sell them. For a reasonable price for anybody that would like to fly, but also, you know, to get them all enchanted, and that way they're ready to go right out of the box. So we're going to keep pressing and keep continuing to explore. This is a pretty large city. It's actually going to take me a little bit of time to clear this one. But we sort of need the shulker boxes. Each one we pick up, each little shell we pick up gets us closer and closer to getting all of the ones that we need, but then some more to spare for everyone else. Alright, so we're going to bust these open, put all the goodies in a shulker box that we already have that's available. We'll have to sort out all the inventory another time. There's going to be a lot of things here to part with and sell and organize, and I'm sure these are just a hot mess at this point. But we are continuing to make progress. So I'm gonna go take care of this end city, and then we'll maybe we'll do some more flying here in a little bit because that's always fun. I think we'll start from the top and work our way down. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Alright, so we're starting to take care of this large end city here where we got our third pair of Elytra, and one of the things that I wanted to show off just a little bit is just how easy everything becomes once you're set up like this. You can easily decide, you know, I want to come see what's over here at this tower. Look, we overshot it even. We had so much extra energy, we zipped around it. You can quickly go back to places where you think you might have missed something. You can get a bird's eye view, like over there. I can already tell that's where I want to be. So I don't have to go through every single hallway. It also removes the danger of being hit by the shulkers because you can just glide yourself to safety, and if you have to, you can always use ender pearls to make your life easier. And don't forget, you can hit the shulkers' shots with the sword. But even with decent armor, you can see a lot of the danger is mitigated. Now, is there still the chance of making an error and falling through the world? Of course. There absolutely is. But as long as you have armor, wings, a few ender pearls, and some fireworks, you can pretty much do anything you want in the end. You don't have to play it safe anymore, because at this point, this is your best configuration. And there's always the danger that you can mess up, no matter where you end up in the nether in the end. So you are going to want to have backups, but at least at this point, you know this is your best configuration. So I think we're going to do something like this. And just kind of scan the area, because I think we've just about cleared it all. No, wait, hold on. Look at that. It stair steps down a few different layers. So I know we've been to this building. We've done this one. I don't see any over there. So at this point, I think we need to go to this tower over here. I can already hear it. There it goes, right up top. And don't forget, the shulker's shots, when you're equipped for it, actually help you navigate everything in reverse. No! Oh, if you don't kill them on the third hit and they teleport, that's when things get buggy and squirrely. Not buggy, but just no fun trying to get them. It was obvious that it went down. Let's go halfway. Aha! I see you. Thanks for the lift. I couldn't have done it without your help. And that's why you do it right there for every single shulker shell that we can get. Alright. Eat our cooked beef, and then we'll come right through this wall, and we'll get to another room. Sounds like they're on the other side of this building. Nope, here's some. Very good, there's another one. Exploring the end at this stage is actually a lot of fun, I find. And of course, if you want to get end materials like rods or the purple blocks, then this is the time to do it. You could harvest one of these as much as you wanted. The great part about the end is just that it goes on and on. So it's really easy to feel like things can be difficult to find, but when something goes on and on like this, really, if you just go in a straight line for long enough, you'll eventually find what you want and even a portal to get back. But if you don't want to do that, you could just pick a square of the map and just scan it completely, and you'll get all sorts of materials. I can hear it. No, wait. I think it's down a layer. Oh, there's a bunch over there. Let's try this. Ooh! I stumbled, and I don't even think I got what I was after. Oh, I was a little scared there. You never know because, I mean, the Feather Falling 4 is going to be maxed out for damage because I've got so much protection 4 with it. But you've got to remember, without having protection 4 on your Elytra, because you have the chest armor gone, and then also the fact that it doesn't give you the armor rating that a diamond chest armor gives, you are more vulnerable to damage. And it is easy, if you've been playing for a bit, wearing all your armor, to get used to running around with less. Doesn't sound like there's anything up here. Nope. It's down a level. Look at that. There's one. And the best way to handle this room, really, when you come through it, is to just knock out the pillars. Even if you don't want the blocks. That really is the easiest way. If you maybe you don't have armor or you're trying to do it without, that's... I don't know why you would. There's usually treasure or an ender chest in that room. Yep. Ah! Darn it! Teleport! I see you. You're not the same one, though. You're a different one. Never take it for granted, though. Yep, okay. Because things can happen that surprise you, and you get surprised. It's easy to make mistakes. And sometimes, you know, you can finger fumble, so you don't ever want to take it for granted. But as long as you have fireworks on your hotbar and a pair of wings, it is actually rather difficult to die in the end. It can happen, for sure, and you can still lose stuff, even if you don't fall off the edge. You know, if you die from fall damage, your stuff could spill out everywhere and tumble over the edge. So you've always got to be thinking about where your items would explode from. That's why I also keep an ender pearl on my hotbar, because I want to be able to teleport if flying is not a viable option. Alright, so from here it looks like we've done all the high towers. Nope, we've got some to our left over here. Alright, I didn't want to skip all of this city just because it was so large, and I think these designs are really neat. But at this point, I don't want the whole episode to be this one city. I want to get back to more flying. So I'm probably going to finish the rest of this here off camera. I will bring you back once we're ready to move on. Yeah, I see ya. Alright, so we've good and wrapped up this entire end city. We've got all kinds of stuff stashed, boxes and stuff, more armor, all of it in our ender chest, or most of it. Got our map back out, so we're going to get back going and see just how long it takes if we just scour this one map before we find yet another ship. Not just a city, but a ship with wings, because at this point, I'm going to go on and say if it doesn't have a ship, I'm probably just going to leave it alone. That way it can still be there for somebody else to explore and get shulker boxes from without having to travel too far if they decide they want to come down over on this side. But I tend to be pretty thorough with exploration in chunks. And I would recommend, if you're looking to do your own individual exploration in the end, that you will want to open up yet another portal with the Ender Dragon and follow that set of squares. That's the surest way to get somewhere else than where somebody else hasn't been. Alright, we'll just follow the map. We'll just map out these islands here. Ooh, careful, don't hit the chorus fruit plants. The great news is the closer we are to where we started while we're searching, the less we have to worry ourselves with conserving enough rockets to be able to get back safely, because we're already close to everything. Ah, it's a large island, but I don't see any silhouettes. It's too bad. I think we'll follow the landmass. We're going to go a little bit off the map with this one here. It's always good to use a rocket at least once in a while where you're pointing straight up so you can give yourself a steep incline while traveling. I'm sorry, a decline, because you want to build up speed. And that's what altitude is all about, so don't be afraid to point yourself straight up every once in a while when you fire the rocket, or at least pretty close to straight up. There we go, we're going to come back onto the map on this side, follow the landmass a little bit. Sometimes it can feel like while you're flying around that there just, there really aren't that many end cities. However, when it comes down to it, the truth of the matter is that it would be a lot worse to have to walk all this distance looking for one. Sometimes, though, you never know. We actually got pretty lucky. It didn't take that long before we found our first end ship over here on this side. Because otherwise, you might find quite a few cities. I've had it take 5 or 6 before I found my first ship. Oh, here's a new city. And it's got a ship. That means this is going to end up being pair of wings number 4. Let's go ahead and hop on down and secure our loot. Oh, look at this, double spawn shulkers again. We've barely used one of our stacks of rockets. Once you're set up, if you're so inclined, let's see what we got. Unbreaking 3, mending, efficiency 4, shovel. Ugh, see, that's... We're going to have to sell and distribute all this stuff in a wonderful marketplace in the spawn. And then we're going to get back and use the wings to do large, long-distance exploration in the overworld. There we go. We'll just take all of that. I should be taking these item frames, too. I mean, that's one more thing I have to hold on to, though. And then we can't forget to stash everything. We're going to keep the Elytra in here, just so I know how many I have. And then we're just going to keep, for now, stuff in these shulker boxes with all the stuff that I don't want to hold on to. I'll just sort it out later. That'll be a hot mess. I've only made a handful. We still have many, many more to go. And I have another end city to clear out. This one not nearly as impressive as the other one, but that just means it'll be easier to explore. It does seem to have quite a few double spawns of shulkers as well. That's just plain fun. Look, another double spawn. Look at that. Okay, if you ever start to take off and you're worried about it, you can just use an ender pearl to get yourself back down to where you're trying to go. Alright, I think at this point, we're going to fly over here and get ourselves some more shulkers. Ooh, that one teleported fast. That might have been the one that teleported. We got a double spawn here, it looks like. Look at that. Is that a triple spawn? Wow. I'm not sure what causes that, but that is really fun. I think somebody's on the floor. You know what? I don't generally mess with the ones on the floor, but especially once you have a certain number of them, I am going to start to get picky about the low-hanging fruit. Because there's only so many that you really need, and then beyond that it just gets superfluous, which is why we're going to be selling these as well at the spawn location. We're going to start making a lot of things available for people, sets for people that, need things for free, but also things that are really, really nice and decked out. people that would like to buy some. I think we'll also get to the point to where we can organize runs out into the end to get more stuff, because it's easier when you have multiple sets of wings. Look how many times that shulker spawned. This is ridiculous. I've already got 13 shells, and this is a small city. Wow. Now it's 15? That's pretty good. Oh, darn it. I can hear you. I hear you. Always try to grab these end rods when I'm checking the balconies for shulkers. That way I don't have to dedicate myself to gathering rods at any one particular time, but I'm still going to end up with quite a few of them. Alright, where have you ended up? I see you. No! Okay, well, this is how we're going to do it. Like that. And then back up. Well, I got hit for a moment. I thought it might have been an endermite. I believe that's what they're called. It's been a while. I don't think at this point there's going to be any treasure here, because this would have been the most likely room to have treasure over there. And sadly, it has none. I think if we come out here, we'll see. No, if they're all on the sides and the bottoms, then we're just not going to worry about it. Then you always want to check the building, the ceiling of this building. See, before they teleport, you can notice they tend to spawn in the same area. It's who knows how many spawn. Yep, at least 3. Triple spawn. I don't even know if it's worth trying to make sure I get every single one, just because I've got so many shulker shells at this point. But I know that there's going to be high demand for Elytra, at least I would imagine there will be. So I want to make sure I get as many as I can. Who's firing shots at me? Oh, look at you. So we're gonna battle like this. Okay. Let's see if we can. No, you can't aim. Oh, wait. I need you to hurt me. There we go. To fuel my ability to fight you. There you go. All right, and with that, this city is, for the most part, knocked out. I hear a few. I might hunt them down. But at this point, I think I'm going to do the rest of the end exploration pretty much on my own. So what I wanted to do was pretty much to show how I start the end, how I do exploration till I find wings, and then how I do my exploration once I find wings. And at this point, I think it's safe to say that any more exploration I'm going to do out here and bringing back of supplies for the spawn area is just going to be done off camera. And then we'll get back to the overworld and some videos about Spawntopia and its development in the episodes to come. So thank you so much for joining me. This has been Minecraft episode 36, playing on the realm with fans. I hope you had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. Please be sure to come back next time as we try to get Spawntopia set up more, and also talk about what the wings enable in the overworld with long-term exploration. But until next time, take care.